Hey everyone, it's Natalie. So today I thought I would do a survey for you guys. So get a pen and paper out, and I would like for you guys to do a survey on my life coaching. It's a survey for narcissistic abuse, and so make sure you get a pen and paper out, and you can write these things. It says, please state your level of agreement with the following statements: either always, very often, sometimes, rarely, or never, or I don't know. Number 1, how often do you feel depressed? Number 2, have you ever experienced anxiety? 3, do you feel happy? 4, do you think your opinions matter? 5, do you think your emotions matter? 6, does your spouse feel authoritarian? 7, how often does it feel like someone outside your family runs your household? 8, when in a crowd of people, do you feel like your opinions matter? 9, how often do you feel lonely? 10, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so excuse me. How often do you feel like your life goals are put down? 10, do you procrastinate about the status of your professional goals? 12, do you have trouble falling asleep? 13, do you wake up in a panic? 14, do you have compulsive thoughts day or night? 15, how often do you feel sad? 16, are you confused about your current situation with your spouse or family? 17, do you feel belittled by someone else and felt like you couldn't stand up for yourself? 18, how often do you feel misunderstood? 19, do you ever feel confused? 20, how often do you feel satisfied in life? 21, are you happy with your relationship you have in your life? That could be any relationship, but mainly marriage. 22, how social are you? 23, would you approach a close friend to talk after doing or saying something that seriously upset him or her? 24, after a bitter argument with your significant other, how likely would you want to make up? 25, how often do you feel that your significant other or family authentically apologize after a fight or disagreement? 26, does your significant other change your plans, or he or she where he or she can go do his or her plans? 27, if you ask your parents or other family members to come to an occasion that is important to you, would they come? 28, when trying to make new friends, how anxious are you? 29, in a family setting, are you afraid to say what's on your mind? That was 29. 30, how often are you in a conversation with your significant other or family and feel like your opinion matters? 31, in conversation, is your opinion ever used to resolve a conflict? 32, does your spouse take sides with his mother or father instead of his wife or husband? 33, do your children get confused on what truth and lies or reality is? 34, do your children take sides with a spouse or family who manipulates their reality? 35, maybe I'm doing the numbers wrong, sorry, that was 34. 35, do your children lie for family members because they are confused with what the truth is? 36, do your children ever take sides with a family member to make the person happy? 37, does family manipulate you into thinking that they are right and you are wrong? 38, do you ever feel ganged up on in your family to prove you are wrong? 39. Do people accuse you of saying or doing something you never did or said? 40. Do family members blame shift? 41. Do you feel like a people pleaser? 42. Do you feel traumatized? 43. Do you feel like you might have CPTSD? This stands for complex post-traumatic stress disorder, a condition common in narcissistic abuse victims, as well as people with pathological narcissism. 44. Do you have hypervigilance? 45. Generalized fear. 46. Aggravation. 47. Do you overreact? 48. Do you have insomnia? 49. Do you have nightmares? 50. Do you have night terrors? 51. Are you self-isolating? 52. Difficult trusting people or anything, difficult trusting in general. 53. Self-destructive behaviors. 54. Intrusive thoughts. 55. Do you feel like you cannot be your authentic self around people? So, I am reading this. I give this questionnaire to everybody that is in my life coaching, regardless if it's for narcissistic abuse or anything else. And the reason why I give, and I can email this to anyone that wants it emailed to you, because I know I kind of went through that fast. So you can answer these questions yourself and then send it back to me so I can get a better understanding of where you are and where you stand in life. These questions are to help you actually come to terms with the fact that most of these questions that I've asked will always be answered where it is very often, or never, or always, or sometimes, or rarely, or never, or all the time type of thing, you know. And it's really important to ask these questions to yourself, because I think sometimes when you're caught up in this narcissistic abuse, you don't step back and answer these questions. And these questions can validate the way that you feel. Because when you're dealing with abuse or an abusive person like a narcissist, or it could just be an abusive person in general, you tend to not think about yourself and how you feel. And so by answering these questions will validate that you do have these concerns, or you do feel this way. And when you're caught up in this cycle of abuse, you don't ask yourself these questions because you're so worried about protecting yourself that you don't look within yourself and answer the questions that you have. And by answering some of this survey will give you the confirmation that you are in an abusive environment. Because when you're dealing with a narcissistic in-law or a narcissistic person in general, you do not have any validations of how you feel. And these questions are here to help validate how you feel. So, my email is goodintentionslifecoaching@yahoo.com. It's my channel's name at yahoo.com. I would love to send you this questionnaire for you to answer, and you might be crying the whole way through. This is what I do with every session is I send this survey, not all the time, but most of the time, send the survey to people so they can actually realize that they are going through exactly everything. I think it was like 55, let me see. It's 55 different questions that you should be asking yourself and answering. And I think the worst part about being in an abusive relationship is that you don't take time to reflect on how you feel. And these questions that I ask are here to validate, here to help you realize that you are in a situation that you're not happy in. And so that is today's video. Also, my sessions are being booked up left and right. And I am, once again, like everyone knows, and on my old videos, I was giving out free life coaching to everyone that was going through narcissistic abuse. Unfortunately, it just has gotten too overwhelming for me and taking up literally like I will get out of work or on my lunch break and it just takes up my whole time, and I'm on the phone till 9 and 10 o'clock at night. And, I just didn't want to be one of those life coaches on YouTube who literally got on YouTube to make money, money off of your pain. And that was never my intentions making these videos. It was not only to help me heal, which it really has, but it was to help other people heal. And so unfortunately, because it has become so overwhelming for me, I had to start asking for donations, because I didn't want to be one of those life coaches who is asking $75 to $100 per session. Or I saw someone say $1 per minute. $1 per minute to speak with somebody. Like, I understand, like, life coaches have to make money and everything, but that's just outrageous. I've even seen life coaches, like, because I am on a site where people can get in contact with me for life coaching sessions, and literally people are asking for $150 an hour. I even saw someone in Washington, D.C. asking for $500 per hour. Now, they must be working in the government or something. I'm not sure who would pay $500 an hour for a life coach, but it is totally taking advantage of someone's vulnerabilities. And I just want to apologize that it came to this. I've had a lot of people donate just for my help on YouTube, and I really appreciate that, because let me tell you, it does take a lot of time making these videos. But I'm just here for you guys. I don't want you to feel alone, because I can remember the time that I was so alone, and I thought I was going crazy, and I needed help, and I had no one to help me. My therapist didn't even help me, because, like, with the therapist, they explain, the psychological terms and everything, but they don't teach you how to manage these people. They don't teach you how to live your life with a narcissist in your life. You know what I mean? And so, years back, before I became a certified life coach, I just started doing a lot of research, because I was trying to figure out and find out why I was being treated this way, and why, why these people were like that, because I've never met anyone that acted like that towards me. And once I found out about narcissists and narcissistic abuse, a light bulb moment went off in my head. And that is what got me onto the path of wanting to be a life coach and wanting to help people, because I didn't have anyone to help me. And so I came up with my own ways of helping myself, which has helped hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, use some of the techniques that I used to manage these narcissists, and how to stay out in no contact, and how not to be triggered, and things like that. And so please reach out to me. I will schedule you in, and if there is a time and day that you can only specifically meet me, we could do Zoom, FaceTime, Facebook messaging, video, things like that. We could do one-on-one. That's what I usually do with, like, the regular life coaching people. is that we do Zoom or we do FaceTime, and that's how we do it. But if you rather just do a phone call, that's fine too. But I would love for you guys to reach out. Like I said, my bookings are starting to really ramp up. So, but I will always find time for you. And if there's a specific time that you have to, that's fine. And if you don't want to donate because your husband might see it, I've had people mail me checks, literally, and money in the mail, or even bank transfer. So you could do that if you're scared that, you don't want your husband finding out that you're getting life coaching for this abuse and stuff like that. That's okay too. But I just hate the fact that I had to revert to this. It sucks. But what I also found, and I'm not bashing anyone that I've talked to, is that, and this is another reason why I had to start going off of donations, is that I had people calling wanting to complain and talk to someone about their mother-in-law, but do nothing about it. And every time I talk to this person, these people, after giving them ways of helping themselves, the next time I talked to them, the same thing was recurring, and they didn't try to help themselves. And so, as much as I would love to hear your story and talk about it, I'm a life coach, and life coaches are here to coach you in a way that will help you heal and try to maintain that relationship with the person you're having trouble with. I also do a lot of financial life coaching and things like that, and just different types of life coaching, honestly. And so if you would like that, great. I'm really sorry I had to revert back to this. It really breaks my heart that I have to do that. But like I told everyone, I don't care if it's $1. By you donating to me shows me how serious you are, because I want to hear your story. But I don't want to hear your story every single time that I talk to you and you do nothing to help yourself. And that's what was exhausting me, is that, you want to complain about it, but yet you don't want to do anything about it. And I'm not telling everybody that you have to go no contact with your in-laws to fix this problem. I'm here to give you techniques to manage these problems. Okay, that's it. And please don't, what I'm saying right here at the end, please don't take it as me being rude, because I want to hear your story. I think the most important thing is hearing someone's story. But if you're not willing to heal and move forward in life, and you just want to keep calling and complaining, then you're not doing anything that life coaches are supposed to be helping you with. We're here to help guide you in your life to make a better life, or have a life plan in place for you. That's the whole goal. So anyway, I love you guys. Peace, love, and harmony. And if you want this list that I give to my life coaching during my life coaching sessions, I'd love to email it to you. Get a hold of me. Love ya. See you. Peace, love, harmony.